Hey everyone, this is a practical session and in this lesson we are going to practice reporting statements as well as questions. Hopefully you have watched the previous parts of this series. If not, find the link to those videos in the description. Without much ado, let's get the exercise. Dear students, you are supposed to rewrite the following sentences in the indirect speech. These sentences are given in the direct speech, so we are going to convert them into the indirect speech. There are 10 sentences in this exercise. Please pause the video, take your time and rewrite the following sentences in the indirect speech. After rewriting, check your answers further in this video. I'm reading out these sentences for you. Number 1. Kathy said to Joy, I will reach home tonight. Second, Ali said, the doctor left a while ago. The sentence number 3 is, I said to her, you must practice music every day. Fourth, Smita says, my mother is an excellent cook. Fifth, Tom said to me, I do not like this jacket. Sixth, Mike said, I have not done anything wrong. Seventh, Aunt Arpita said, have your mother scolded you, Bunny? Eighth, Zeenat said, where does God live, Mother? Ninth, will you not be attending the concert tonight? Said Naira to her friend. Last sentence on this slide is, the little girl said, why I can't see my mother? Well, it's time to check your answers. The first sentence is, Kathy said to Joy, I will reach home tonight. Dear students, please notice that the direct speech in this sentence, it's a statement. And while reporting a statement, while converting the direct speech into the indirect speech, we use conjunction word that. So we have used in this sentence, Kathy told Joy that she would reach home that night. इस सेंटेंस में जो भी चेंजेस किए गए हैं they are written in a different color font or bold or highlighted or underlined. So we notice 5 changes in this sentence. The first change is the change in the reporting verb. What is the reporting verb? I think by now you have learnt all these terms: reporting verb, reporting speech, reported speech and reported verb. In this sentence, Kathy said to Joy, said is the reporting verb and within the inverted commas or within the speech marks, we write the reported speech. So, in this sentence, in the first sentence, will reach is the reported verb. Now let's take up the changes that we have done. Said to becomes told. Here I would like to draw your attention towards say and tell. We say something, but we tell somebody something. Thus, the reporting verb said is changed to told if it is followed by an object. This example, said to is changed into told because after said we have an object. We have the object Joy mentioned. And always remember, this verb told is not followed by the preposition to. Verb said के बाद to preposition का use किया जाता है यदि उसके बाद object हो. और जब हम इसे told में change करते हैं then told के बाद preposition to का use नहीं किया जाता है. So, said to becomes told. Now, next change is removal of the comma and inverted commas, and in place of that comma and inverted commas, we use the conjunction word that. The next change is in the change of pronouns. The pronoun I is changed according to the subject of the reporting speech, and here in this sentence, Kathy is the subject. As Kathy is the third person singular female, so we use she in place of I. So pronoun I becomes she. The next change is the change of the tense. The past form of the will is would so will becomes would. And the final change is the change in the words or expressions of time and place. So tonight is changed into that night. Well, this change is occurred due to the passing of time. Now let's take up the next sentence. Ali said, "The doctor left a while ago." The indirect speech of this sentence is, Ali said that the doctor had left a while before. In this sentence, we notice that the conjunction word that is used in place of comma and inverted commas. But there is no change in the reporting verb said, because we do not have any kind of object or we don't know to whom Ali is talking. So, said remains said. The next change that is noticeable here is change in the tense. The simple past has been changed into the past perfect tense. Doctor left a while ago. It's changed into the doctor had left a while before. Ago is changed into before. The third sentence on this slide is, I said to her, you must practice music every day. In the indirect speech, it becomes I told her that she must practice music every day. Said to becomes told because this is a statement. And we use the conjunction word that to join these two clauses, reporting clause and the reported clause. Then there is a change in pronoun. The pronoun you is the second person pronoun and it's changed according to the object of the reporting verb, reporting speech, and that is her in this sentence. The subjective form of this pronoun her is she. So, the pronoun you is changed to she. And the rest part of the sentence is the same. There is no change. Well, the next sentence is going to tell us an important aspect while dealing with the reported speech. Let's know about this. Smita says, my mother is an excellent cook. Dear students, please notice the tense of the reporting verb here. This is in the present tense. So, if the reporting verb is in the present or the future tense, there is no change in the tense of the reported clause. What is the reported clause? In this example, my mother is an excellent cook. This is the reported clause. So, the indirect speech of this sentence would be, Smita says that her mother is an excellent cook. Do you notice that there are only two changes? The first one is the removal of comma and speech marks, and they are replaced with the conjunction word that. Then the next change is the change in pronoun. The pronoun my in the direct speech, now it's changed into her because my is the first person pronoun and it's changed according to the subject of the reporting clause. Smita is the subject here. So, Smita is the third person singular. So, we use her in place of my. Dear students, always remember, यदि reporting clause का tense present या future हो, तो reported clause के tense में कोई परिवर्तन नहीं होता है. As we have seen in this example, Smita says that her mother is an excellent cook. The next sentence is, Tom said to me, I do not like this jacket. This sentence is a statement. Just mind this sentence, this reported clause is a negative sentence. Well, does it make a difference? Let's check it out. The indirect speech of this sentence would be, Tom told me that he did not like that jacket. Well, what are the changes? There is a change in the reporting verb said to becomes told, conjunction word that, the change in pronoun here, the pronoun I, that is the first person singular, is changed to third person singular. Why? because it will be changed according to the subject of the reporting clause, and that is Tom here. So Tom is the third person singular male. So we have used he in place of I. The next point is the change in the tense. The present simple tense gets backshifted. That is, the present simple tense gets changed to the past simple. This is called backshifting of the tense because we are shifting the tense to the past. What's the reason of this backshifting of the tense? Because when Tom spoke, his words were in the present tense. But now, when we report those words, it becomes the matter of the past. So, we change the present to the past tense. Well, I don't like this jacket becomes he didn't like that jacket. The word this, it shows the expression of nearness in place, is changed into expression that show the distance. That is that. So on this slide, we have different kinds of sentences in statements. The first sentence is expressed in the future tense and the second one is in the past indefinite. The third one is the expression of a modal verb, and in the fourth we have the reporting verb is in the present tense, and in the fifth we have a negative sentence in the reported clause. In this way, we have dealt with the variety of sentences. On the next slide, we have some other sentences. Mike said, I have not done anything wrong. The reported clause of this sentence is in the present perfect tense. So, how will you change it? Well, let's check the answers. The indirect speech of this sentence would be, Mike said that he had not done anything wrong. I have not highlighted or written in a different color font or made bold the changes. I wish that you should do this task. You should underline the changes that have occurred in these sentences. Dear students, इस स्लाइड पर जो भी sentences दिए गए हैं उसमें किसी प्रकार के बोल्ड और अंडरलाइन और डिफरेंट कलर फॉन्ट में उन्हें नहीं लिखा गया है बिकॉज दिस इज अ टास्क असाइन टू यू जस्ट टू चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. कैन यू नोटिस द डिफरेंसेस? Check it out. I'm just giving you the answers and you are supposed to underline the changes that have been made during this conversion. यानी यह आपके लिए एक असाइनमेंट है कि आप इस स्लाइड पर दिए गए डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट स्पीचेस में जो भी डिफरेंसेस हैं उन्हें अंडरलाइन कीजिए ताकि आप अश्योर हो सके कि आपने इन सभी डिफरेंसेस को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया है. आई एम रीडिंग आउट द आंसर्स टू ऑल दीज सेंटेंसेस. द सेवेंथ वन इज Aunt Arpita said, "Have your mother scolded you, Bunny?" The indirect speech is Aunt Arpita asked Bunny if his mother had scolded him. In the reported clause, there is a question and that begins with a helping verb. So, we have used the conjunction word if. Dear students, if you have watched previous video lessons related to this topic, then it's super easy for you to identify this. In case you haven't watched those videos, please watch those videos first, as watching those videos will give you a deep understanding and a good practice of reporting questions. In the next sentence, Zeenat said, "Where does God live, mother?" Zeenat asked her mother where God lived. Do you notice in this example there is a WH word question and the same WH word is used as the conjunction. But let me point out towards an important point. In the direct speech, the first letter of this WH word W is written in capital. It's in the uppercase. But in the indirect speech, when this WH word is used as a conjunction word, complete word is written in the lowercase or in the small letters. Dear students, जब इस WH word को हम indirect speech में एज अ कंजंक्शन वर्ड यूज करते हैं तब इसका फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल में नहीं लिखा जाता है. कंप्लीट वर्ड लोअर केस और स्मॉल लेटर्स में ही लिखा जाता है. Why? Because now this is not the first letter of the sentence. This is written in the middle of a sentence. Then हम इसे अब लोअर केस में लिखेंगे. इसके फर्स्ट लेटर को कैपिटल में नहीं लिखा जाएगा जबकि इसका प्रयोग हम सेंटेंस के मिडिल में कर रहे हैं. You should always remember this. Now let's see what are the changes. Said has become asked because this is a question. And we have removed comma and speech marks. और इनके स्थान पर हमने WH word conjunction word के रूप में यूज किया है. और टेंस में भी चेंज किया गया है क्योंकि रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब पास्ट टेंस में एक्सप्रेस की गई है. जीनत said. So रिपोर्टेड क्लॉज का भी टेंस चेंज कर दिया गया है. Where does God live? It becomes where God lived. Another important change, that is the change in word order. Direct speech के question को indirect speech में statement में बदल दिया जाता है, इसलिए इसमें हम statement का word order use करेंगे. अर्थात subject plus verb. So God lived. I hope it's crystal clear to you. Well, let's take up the next two sentences. Will you not be attending the concert tonight? Said Naira to her friend. The indirect speech of this sentence is Naira asked her friend if she or he would be attending the concert that night. Dear students, इस एग्जाम्पल में reported clause पहले लिखा गया है और reporting verb बाद में. But in the indirect speech, we almost always put the reporting clause first. So Naira asked her friend. As it's a question, that is yes-no answer question that begins with a helping verb, so we use the conjunction word if. The pronoun you, it becomes he or she. As we do not know the gender of her friend, so it's better to write she or he. Will is changed into its past form would, and tonight it's changed to that night. The last sentence is the little girl said, "Why I can't see my mother." The indirect speech of this sentence would be the little girl asked why she could not see her mother. Now notice all the 6 changes in this sentence. The little girl asked. The change in the reporting verb. Said becomes asked. Second, removal of comma and speech marks. इनके स्थान पर WH word conjunction word के रूप में यूज किया गया है. Change in pronoun. I becomes she. I is the first person pronoun and it's changed according to the subject of the reporting clause. Another pronoun in this direct speech is my. This word is followed by the word mother. My mother. This word my refers to the girl. So the girl is the third person singular. So we change this my to her. And of course, 2 more changes. The change in the word order. In the indirect speech, this word order will be statement word order in place of question word order. अर्थात indirect speech में अब word order होगा subject plus verb plus object. And the final change is the removal of the question mark, and in place of question mark we use the full stop because now it's a statement, not a question. So dear students, in the previous video lessons, in the previous 3 video lessons, we have been practicing reporting statements and interrogative sentences. So I hope by now you must have understood how to apply all these rules. You must have learned, you must have remembered all these steps and rules used while converting the direct into the indirect speech. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.